Once again, these things are happening and taking place, but you people just choose to deny it. It's right in your faces, man. The uproars of the people. Not only that, Babylon the Great with America without hate the nations on our line like they used to. Then I had to have no more after Trump attacked Iran the way he did. They saw Babylon the Great, which is America, for the bully that she is. That Trump is that cruel Lord. Okay, her sins were being revealed. Okay, they're seeing Babylon the Great, which is America, for who she truly is. Okay. If a house be divided in itself, can that kingdom stand? If Satan casts out Satan, can that kingdom stand? He said he will set Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay, the higher ups, governors, those in power, within the government, they had head with each other. They're not aligned like they were used to. Okay, so therefore, when they shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you see those uproars, you see the race wars, the class wars, the gender wars, the civil wars, the civil unrest, as well as what those so-called, what a woman just got hanged the other day in Florida. Some of you Latin tribes and some of you Southern Kingdom, you Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, you're getting hanged, and you telling me that you don't see these things happening? You don't see these things taking place and happening? You talking about you free? No, you're not free. We're not free. We're yet this day in captivity, man. Okay? And thou shalt well understand the Most High Yahweh will speak of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, declaring the end from the beginning, before the spring forth. I'll tell you of them by way of what? The prophets, the messengers. We'll see, I told them, Hebrews 1 and 1, Amos 3 and 7, he does nothing but reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Luke 1, 68 to 70. Okay. What else through the Spirit? What else through the Spirit? Okay, he will send you pastors according to his heart, what is mine, which shall feed you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and the end, and the end is manifest, yes. The end has manifest, where the end, when the last days of the last days. Even so, the times also where the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, in endings and effects and signs. And these things, once again, are happening. Okay. Okay. Once again, visiting the place by way of the plagues, the evils, the bad time, the trouble, the destruction, the judgment, the dire times, and the place where they have already been sent. Who can draw them away or draw them back? Okay. We end them. All right, we end them. There's no denying it. Once again, you people just choose to, deny it. Okay, you just choose to do whatever you want to do. This is false. Once again, the Lord gonna make these prophets to cease. Those prophets that's within Israel. Okay. Say no trouble is at hand. Okay. Amos 9 and 10, roughly represent all the sins of my people shall die, which say that evil shall not overtake us, roughly paraphrasing. It's just the same as thing is now. Okay. Okay. Once again, we ain't them. Once again, the Lord will make these prophets to cease, and he's making them cease. Okay. Isaiah 34:16. All right. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord Yahweh power, the Bible, the 80 books, and what the Apocrypha, the 1611 King James. Okay. Within all these other books, this is what they have the perfect translation by the power and will of Yahweh, Yahushua, Yahweh, Shem, Yahushua. Okay, so what Sirach 2 and 12, be not managed by many books. Okay. Once again, this is the only book that you should know of and be after. All these other books are what So the biography of your Joshua, your Jubilees, okay, your Book of Enoch, you know what they're falsely written. They are fairy tales, fairy tale books. Okay? So once again, Isaiah 34:16, this is all you need. Okay? Remember, this is the engrafted word able to save your soul. Whatever thing was written for our learning, that we too much patience and hope might have hope. Okay? Patience of the scripture might have hope. Okay? The words I speak unto you are what life. Sanctify them through thy word. Thy word is thy truth. Okay? These words are truth. These words are what faithful and true. Okay? Okay? So Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out the book of the Lord Yahweh power and read the Bible. Not only that, once again, these words are what nourish you, cleanse you from within. Okay? Know that none of these shall fail, none of these words shall fail. The prophecies, the visions, none shall want her mate, for my mouth had commanded, and his spirit had gathered them. Okay, so once again, none of these shall fail. The prophecies won't fail. These visions won't fail. Once again, remember, these words are faithful and true. Let Yahweh be true, and what every man a liar. And though it's tarry, though it's taking its sweet as time. Okay? Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision, the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time. There's a certain measure in which they come. One prophecy can overlap another prophecy, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, the Lord is not slack concerning His promise, as some men slackness. The Lord is not as like us men that make promises and don't keep them. They don't do it right there and then. We say the promise, but we do it until later on. That's not the way that the Lord would operates. His word shall go forth out his mouth and not return back void. Whatever he said would take place and happen is what will take place and happen. It will be accomplished. Nothing will stop it. It won't be drawn back either. Isaiah 55:11, so shall my word that be that go forth out of my mouth. The Heavenly Father speaking. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Okay? And Psalms 89:34. All right. Psalms 89:34. My covenant will I not break nor alter the things that have gone on my lips. Once again, the Lord will make all these things, these powers to cease, man. He said He will make it happen. He surely will. And the Lord, what is a man that cannot lie? Okay. Numbers 23:19. Power is a man. Is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Had he said, and shall he not do it? Or had he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Once again, Micah 3:6, if I'm not mistaken, for I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not, He change not. All right. Not only that, but what Hebrews 13:8, that every son Yahweh Shai don't change His word. The same Yahweh Shai, the same yesterday, the same today, the same forever. Just as the Heavenly Father don't change. Okay. Once again, the Lord will make His promises cease, and He's making them cease. All right. Luke 21:32. Verily I say unto you, this generation, okay, this kingdom, Esau kingdom, this age, all right, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. All right. Okay. Once again, all these things will be fulfilled, man. Lord will make these promises cease. Once again, the clean the end of the new beginning before the spring forward. He tell you of them by way of the prophets. And remember, all these things will begin the beginning of sorrows. Okay. They happen on a small scale. They just happen what amplified to its full effect of full form. But nevertheless, what is increasing, we're in them. The economy crashing. Economic woes. Civil war, gender wars, class wars, civil unrest. Okay, love of many waxing cold, the devil coming down with great wrath. Evil is bad time, judgment, destruction, trouble, dietiles, chaos, mayhem, lawlessness, war, anarchy, famine, race wars. Once again, class wars, gender wars, civil unrest, civil wars. The hour temptation, martial law, 15-minute seeds, cannibalism. Okay? Once again, these things are happening. Okay? They're taking place and happening. They're just on a small scale right now, but nevertheless, well, we're in them, and they're increasing daily. Okay? Matthew 24:6-8. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Remember, there's a set measure in which the prophecies come. One prophecy can't overlap another. There is prophecy that we're waiting upon, which once that happens and take place, everything else will be increase. Okay. We'll be in it, you know. We'll know like this. We'll know this is it. Okay. Okay. Right now, it's just the calm before the storm. But once that storm happens, we're gonna be within that storm, the true storm, man. So the biggest problem is that we're really put is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip with no memory by cell, where you gotta take an implantable device. Okay. Revelation 3:10, the hour of temptation, which I tried the whole world. Okay. You know, the dollar is slowly fading. The BRICS have moved to another currency. A while back, King Arthur said he's going to more gradualize the central digital bank system, which ultimately is nothing but gradualism. Ultimately, which going to move toward that end goal. Okay. Okay, which is what, once again, the market beast with the RFID chip, as well as what the Neuralink, that New World Order, as well as what a while back Elon Musk said that the Neuralink make miracles happen, like so-called Jesus. Okay, which he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So once again, we're in these things. You just choose to deny them. The WEF say what you own nothing and be happy. You've all know where we say what civilians in this. Once again, these things are right in front of your face, and you just choose to deny them. Once again, once more. But the end is not yet. Once again, all these they're just beginnings. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. Okay. And the hearing of wars and rumors of wars, the prophecy was the small wars. Okay. Those that are not told by CNN, but you can find them on other platforms. Those type of wars. There should be famines. Okay. Inflation is, gas is at all-time high. Inflation is going to just continue to increase. You go into the grocery store now. You get 4 to 5 items here and there, whatever. It costs over 100. Okay, pestilence. What? This is at an all-time high. What is that new thing going around? The hantavirus. Okay, earthquakes in diverse places. Once again, earthquakes are happening frequently. Check your earthquake back. Check your earthquake app. Look up on the news. All these are beginning of sorrows. Okay. In 2 Corinthians 15, 1-7, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, the vision, okay, which shall not fail. Okay. Okay. Once again, the Lord will make all these states to cease, and He's making them cease. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I put in thy mouth, say the Lord Yahweh power, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, and not the incredulity more than what the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. If our gospel we hear to say to them, they are what lost. They all say the Lord Yahweh our power, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction for wickedness that exceedingly pollute the whole earth, and the hurtful works will fulfill. Therefore say the Lord Yahweh our power. Okay? That's the reason why the Lord is bringing the thing that he's bringing. No. The love of many has waxed cold. Evils are increasing. And greater evils are what to come. As well as the wickedness of your people, man. The wickedness of your people have what? Waxed worse and worse. Starting with Babylon Great, which is America, man. Remember, we would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed, man. As Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed back then, it's the same way Babylon Great, which is America, will be destroyed now. You know? Remember, Sodom and Gomorrah was made for example to those that should live ungodly, man. And this is an ungodly place. The valley of the shadow of death, for paraphrasing, man. Death from the neck up. Death happening at where you turn, look, and so forth. So continue through the Spirit. Okay, so woe to the world, 2 Edges 15, 14 to 19. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. I just said what woes me, woes me. That doesn't mean those days. Okay? No. Bear with me. Man, how shall I feel them for the things to come, the days to come, roughly paraphrasing. For the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. When is the mind of their sword, a gun, or any weapon that a man shall have at that time? For there shall be sedition among men, and what these things are what happening and taking place now. So come, there's gonna be whites on whites, blacks on blacks. Get together, brown on brown. Nationality against nationality. So once again, for there shall be sedition among men, Chad the Builder. Okay, we can't forget that, and other things. And invading one another. There's a time coming where people will be, race, nationality. Once again, the race was the class was the gender was the civil was the civil race. Once again, these things are happening on a small scale, man. How much more when lawlessness do come? How much more when the lights are turned off? How much more when they are able to put these acts, ultimately, forward. So once again, for there shall be sedition among men invading one another. They shall not regard their kings. No president, of course, of the acts shall stand in the power. And there's a time coming where the men will not regard the president, the governors, the mayors of the states. They're gonna form cliques, crews. Okay, the whites for the whites, the blacks for the blacks. Okay, just like the old days, man. The brown for the browns. The own nationality for the own nationality, man. Once again, how much more when there's no more 911, man. When there's no more police dispatchers. The police, they gotta protect their own family, man. What you think when all hell breaks loose, they gotta protect themselves and their own family? You think they're gonna come and protect you? It's not gonna work there. Once again, a time of lawlessness is coming. A man shall desire to go in the city shall not be able. Martial law, 15 minute cities, and the evil that be in the cities at that time. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the house shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with the sword. What is the mind of their sword? A gun, only weapon at the time a man shall have, and spoil their goods. spoil you, your family, your children. The canned goods, the water you have stocked up, the rice. Once again, remember there's going to be a famine. Once a famine happens to take place, it's going to be every man for himself. How he going to feed himself, how he's going to feed his family. Okay? What Second 6:22-24? Friends, family, neighbors at that time shall fight you. Those you thought you was close to. Before the famine happened, a month ago, you was popping a cold one, having a little get-together, a little barbecue here and there. But as soon as all hell breaks loose, it's every man for himself, every man for his family. No. The houses shall be broken into, the wives shall be ravaged. Isaiah 13:16. Women and children shall be waterboarders. And within that famine, cannibalism will happen. Your average Americans are eating, okay? They're eating things they're not supposed to, animals they're not supposed to. A food with blood in it, which that's against the law. Okay, so how much more and cannibalism is happening to this day. And you walking around people that do cannibalism, you don't even know it. Okay. So once again, the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the household, the soil, and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay. Once again, the Lord will make these things to cease, man. He's bringing these things. He's making these things happen. Okay. The Lord will make these problems to cease. That comfort, that ease, that peace that you've been in so long time. That denying that you've been doing it. Rough the paraphrase. Poverty and shame shall come to those that refuse it. Instruction, rough the paraphrasing. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, rough the paraphrasing. Okay. So Jeremiah 30:4-7. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel, the northern kingdom, the Latin and native tribes, and concerning Judah, the southern kingdom, Judah, southern kingdom consisting of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So you so-called blacks, Haitians, Benjamins being Trinidadians, okay, Jamaicans. This is the 12 tribes of whole for thus said the Lord Yahweh part where we have heard a voice of trembling of fear, not of peace. Actually, now I see what a man do travail with a child, wherefore do I see a man with his animals as long as a woman in travail, and all faces will turn into pureness. Okay? Once again, the woes me, who shall deliver me in those days. My heart shall fill them. Woe to the world and them that do them. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it is even in the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it, that he be who they elect. There's no also in the last days, perilous times shall come where we in the last days were the end. When the last days of the last days, it was told days like no other would come. A time of many great miseries. Second 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time. Shall do it in the world because they have walked in great pride. Yeah, once again, the Lord will make these, that pride to cease, man. He will make these problems to cease, that ease and comfort. Okay, that peace. Okay, the denying. Okay, that putting things afar off. Okay. A time of great tribulation is going to take place and happen. Once again, we are within these things. These have been amplified to its full form. But nevertheless, we end in Matthew 24:21. For then shall there be a great tribulation, such as was now since the beginning to this world, beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be worse than the time of the flood, worse than the time of the diaspora, disperse, the sack of the temple, worse than those times. Okay, it's going to be a time of lawlessness, man. Greater evils. 2 Corinthians 14:16-17. For yet greater evils than those which I have seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay, worse than the time we have seen. Once again, I love it, many have waxed cold, man. Fathers killing sons, sons killing fathers, mothers killing daughters. What just happened a while? It was a while back, a case a while back. But what they let that woman go off for insanity, man. She blamed COVID for the death of her child while she unalived that child, man. Greater evils than these things that we're seeing taking place and happening, man. So much more shall the evils increase upon them that dwell therein, man. Once again, the word of the Lord came to me saying, I will make this prophecy cease. Okay? He'll make the ease, the comfort, the peace to cease. Okay? While you continue to walk after your own lust, your own ways, your own covetousness that dwells that with spirit. Once again, this is the wrong spirit to be in. People always think that, oh, look, this is going to pass. This is just something minor, Things will settle itself sooner down or later. That this is just a phase. It will disappear. Once again, that's the wrong spirit to be in. Once again, the Lord will make these prophets to cease. Once again, He's making these prophets to cease. We end them. This has been amplified to its full effect for the form, but nevertheless, we're what ended. And they're increasing. They're gradually increasing day by day, hour by hour, second by second, month by month. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me saying, Son of man, what is that proverb of peace and comfort and ease? The denying, the putting off, that's a far off. It's saying that the vision, the prophecy is failing. Where is the promise of His coming? These proverbs, the Lord are making them cease. They are ceasing. Where Israel doing whatever they want to do, walking after their own lust, doing it as that will spirit, going after their own covetousness. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying that the days are prolonged and every vision fail it? Tell them, therefore, thus say the Lord Yahweh power, I'll make this prophet to cease. He'll make it to disappear. And they shall not use the proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the every effect of every vision, of every prophecy. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I will speak, in the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall not be prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, say the Lord Yahweh power. Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh our power came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, day of the house of Israel, say the vision that ye see it. Okay? For it's for many days to come, and he prophesied of times that will fall off. Therefore say unto them, thus say the Lord Yahweh power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, say the Lord Yahweh power. And once again, the Lord will make these prophets to cease. That peace, that comfort, that ease, that despise and the denying of the words, putting things afar off, denying the vision, the prophecies. Okay? Or you're not hearing, or you're not hearkening, or you're not taking heed. The Lord will make these things to cease once again. Okay? Repent, turn back, seek Him. That's about all I want to grab up. Rock desire, Lord willing. This was edifying. On to the next. Shalom.